Like, I don't know, me, I was being introverted. I was not the cool kids who are manzemi, I'm cool. Me was those kids who used to just be there. Like, I wasn't a cool kid. So being a singer, I was shamed most of the times. Like, by the time I was, could I call it, is that something like emotional bullying? I don't exactly have a time, gaslighting or something. But I just know by the time I was done with primary, I knew I couldn't sing. As much as I was in the choir, singing soprano, I still knew I couldn't sing, because that time I never used to sing famous songs by Akina. Because by the time we finished primary, there were songs by Akina Justin Timberlake, Mirrors, that time had come out, and Starships by Nicki Minaj. Wow, that song now put my voice in the pits. After I sang that song, guys believed I couldn't sing, including myself. Couldn't. I'm telling you, I couldn't. Hi universe. Hi world. Hi everyone. My name is Anita Chelsea. I'm a singer, songwriter, body artist, performer, events organizer, basically anything to do with art, like painting and music. That's me. My government names are Anita Chelsea. My stage name, Anita Chelsea. Yeah. In that shama, you expected some nyagothi there. People in the house, like my family calls me Chelsea. When I was young, I wanted Nita to be my nickname. Now I don't. I think I'm just fine with Anita. I have 2 siblings, 2 sisters. Then there's my mom and there's my dad. We're just a tiny family. In primary, I studied in Camelville. It's in Donholm. I missed that school. It was amazing. And in high school, I went to Precious Blood, Kilungu. It's in Makueni. Yeah. Hey, Ukokote. Yeah, I studied with Kama Babes. And then in the uniform, I couldn't get over our skirts. That's why I learned how to iron with a charcoal iron box. But that's a story for another day. Yeah, skirts had pleats. Hey. I should insert a photo here, but I can't insert a photo of myself. You have to Google and find it. It will choma. When I'm not an artist, I don't know who I am. Have to be honest about that. But I can basically say I watch vlogs. I enjoy baking. I enjoy listening to music. Like, it will always revolve back around art. Listening to music, painting. But then I never used to go for school functions. Never. I went for a minimum of 5 my whole high school life. In fact, I think I remember there were 2 or 3. Yeah, one was German Fest, where I went to Upper Hill. That time I didn't know who I'd met, and then they sang this song by Zahara, Loliwe, and there was a band that time with Upper Hill. Kumbe that man was Fila Tuju. Yes, and I remember being so mind blown by how good their music was. But I'd gone for German first because I did German from Form 1 to Form 4. I haven't spoken it in a while, but I did it for the whole 4 years. I even sat for it for my KCSE. Yeah. Can throw in some bigots. Yeah. I can say, first of all, my schoolwork was A1. Let no one lie to you. By the way, but my co-curriculars were also all the way up there. Like, I enjoyed doing things that weren't in class. Because, like, I remember, like, in nursery, my best subject was painting. No, I don't know where that subject went. Like, we'd do things like potato painting. Yes, exactly. That was my favorite. And then painting, like, dipping your hands in paint and just doing it on paper. Like, that was an exam that I remember clearly. I enjoyed sports like basketball, netball. I know I don't look sporty. God, yes. My co-curriculars. Yeah, I was in music festivals in primary. In high school, no. School didn't have music festivals. But later we tried forming a music club that we left. I don't know if it still works, but we did. Our school did not have music festivals. So it didn't even have music or art as a subject. but it had an old piano that I would play all the time. I was, of course, a musical child. Music and art. I can vividly remember, like, I connected to it, A1. My favorite show was TPF. I'd grow up listening to The Beat that time. Later, Mseto came up, Mseto East Africa by Mzazi, William Tuva. But I used to love artists like Sanai Tande, Amani, at time Nameless, Nazizi, Wairi. Hey, I was different music scene. Yeah, before I met Sauti Soul. That's a story for but growing up as a musical child, yes, I used to sing in the house all the time. Even Jordan Sparks, Kina Noir, and Kina Chris Brown, and Keisha Cole as a fan of theirs, and Rihanna. And I used to sing to all the adverts. I remember watching TPF all seasons except season 1 because I didn't know it existed, but I watched all of them. But now the story is funny here. Me, I was a musical kid all the way, but in primary, like, because of the shaming, I believed I couldn't sing by the time I was done with primary, as much as I was in the choir. Like, I don't know, me, I was being introverted. I was not the cool kids who are manzemi, I'm cool. I was those kids who used to just be there. Like, I wasn't a cool kid, so being a singer, I was shamed most of the times. Like, by the time I was, could I call it, is that something like emotional bullying? I don't exactly have a time, gaslighting or something. But I just know by the time I was done with primary, I knew I couldn't sing. As much as I was in the choir, singing soprano, I still knew I couldn't sing, because that time I never used to sing famous songs by Akina. Because by the time we finished primary, there were songs by Akina Justin Timberlake, Mirrors, that time had come out, and Starships by Nicki Minaj. Wow, that song now put my voice in the pits. After I sang that song, guys believed I couldn't sing, including myself. Couldn't. I'm telling you, I couldn't. I know there are a lot of hurtful things. Like, I've had to unlearn it. Like, I was shamed about typically everything, from my hair to my existence. But my voice especially, I even remember a teacher telling me I couldn't sing. Although, of course, I can't say the name, but look at me now. I was shamed. But then, I loved my primary school, but some kids in it were so mean to me. I can't forget. Just kids, and then maybe just one teacher. You know, the way a teacher can, like, dismiss you, but of course then they don't know the... So when I left primary, so I joined high school, knowing I couldn't sing. In fact, my biggest prayer as a child was, Aki, God, I just wish I could sing. Like, God, Aki, will you just give me that nice voice? You know, singing entails, apart from skill and technique, also the esteem, like you believing in yourself really counts. So that wasn't there. So I get in high school, go to Makueni. At that time, you know, living in Nairobi as a child makes you think there's no life outside Nairobi. That's one of the mentalities that was, it was just in the pits. Like, I don't know. It's just so being called in a school like in Makueni, you're wondering, how do people live there? And you get there and there's like a whole culture shock. Yeah. But so I get there. There's no arts. There's no music. Just an old piano. Like, guys used to go to church singing Sunday. No harmonies. No sense of, like, music is just like we're honestly worshiping God, but the musical sense in it outside the window. So this time I'm detached from music. It gave me, like, it forced me to focus. So that time, I have to admit, I got depressed, like, really bad. But I bounced back. Like, by the time I was finishing Form 3, by the time I finished Form 4, now I started going just to play the piano. Because on Wednesdays in assemblies, they used to play gospel songs just before the assembly starts. So I would hear, like, I remember a song, like, I really tried to play was Natama. I mean, Kutembea Nawe by Rebecca Dawn. Really hear it and just go play it. That time they used to play us music by guys like Akina Pompi, Abel Chungu. Yeah. And that time I kind of bounced back in music. But I remember in high school, the first time I sang, and guys were like moved. Because me, I remember I used to say, I can't sing. So first time I sing, I even say, don't listen to the voice, just listen to the words. And I'm so convinced. I'm like, guys, don't listen to the voice, just listen to the words. I sing and guys are so moved. And I'm wondering, are they pretending? Are they actually moved? So yeah, then that dies off. But by the time I left home for like my music sense, I started embracing it again. But for like the first 3 years in high school, my music wasn't there. Yeah.
So the first encounter with depression, you were depressed and in school. How did
Yeah.
you sort of bounce back from that? You had to go through the holidays. How did you bounce back from the encounter
Hey.
with depression?
How did I bounce back from my encounter with depression? Hey, first of all, depression I guess basically it affected me because I didn't have music, which was my ever solace. It wasn't there. Singing, there was no musical sense. Like, there was no, music as much. You know, in school and you're following a curriculum, there's like no music room. So basically, but the piano then, I never used to go to play it. I don't even know why. So how did I bounce back? Gosh, I had to do the work. That time I had a counselor. Yeah. I even had a counselor. That's how I realized I was actually depressed, because it had started manifesting in different ways, like health. I'd become just cranky. Just a bad person. Like, I have been bullied and I have been the bully, I think. I've been on both sides of the coin. I can't stand here and say I'm an angel. Yeah.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know. But I sincerely apologize if you're watching this. I'm sincerely sorry. That wasn't me. I can say, slightly affecting my grades, but coming from an African house, can your grades ever afford to go down? Even if you are depressed, your grades just have to keep being up there. But of course, it affected just kidogo. Hey, my mom, if you would flop, she would be on your neck. My mom was you could not go down the pits in your grades. Like, no matter what is happening, the world is overturning, your grades have to be up there. Yeah. But it helped us. She gave me the leeway. Wow. When people are choosing schools, my big sister went to Precious Blood Router. So I wanted to go there because I had been visited her, like picked her during midterms, and I'd seen there was a piano there. Like, guys used to sing in harmonies. I low-key think she can sing. She just doesn't feel like she can sing. I don't know why, but I think because she used to be very active in music festivals, drama festivals, and she'd come back home. That time I was still in primary, and teach us the songs she learned. Yeah, like even those harmonies, nini. Yeah. So I wanted to go to Precious Blood Router, but instead I was called to Precious Blood Kilungu. I must confess, I didn't like it. I knew it wouldn't do the same. But getting there, I think the first reason why I didn't want it was not a good reason, because it was not in Nairobi. A kid, you're kind of a bit... Yeah, but getting there, I think if it had music and art, it wouldn't... Yeah, I wouldn't have minded. But one thing I liked about my school the most was the skies. I have never seen beautiful skies like those ones, because our school was like on top of a hill. The skies were perfect. No, there was no sun. Imagine, it's in Makueni, but it's because it's on top of a hill. It rains. It really rains a lot. Yeah. I finished high school. I choose courses. I just chose a course. I didn't know the course I wanted to do, I have to be honest, but I knew what I didn't want to do. I knew I could not do medicine, because when I see wounds and people in pain, I just can't stand it. Yeah, that I knew, of course, I didn't want to do. But so I choose business and IT. BBIT. By there I studied in Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology, Juja. Main campus. Yeah. I started in Juja. Yeah. Please let this not be a reason I couldn't show me. But I started in Juja, and yeah, it was an amazing time. Whether I'm practicing it at the moment, I just finished my campus last year, still awaiting graduation. I even did my attachment, worked in an IT office, which I absolutely loved working there. But I think music served my soul more. Yeah. My mom is an accountant. My sister is now an actuary. My small sister is still within school studying engineering. Hey, they're those serious kids. Then kuna sisi, us studied business and IT. Yeah, but impacting, I think they really tried to accommodate me and be supportive, especially when I made my decision to fully go into music, like to fully be a musician. It's tough. It's tough listening to your child saying they want to do music, and all you can see is people sing half naked on TV. I'm not saying that's wrong, but as a parent, you're just like, hey, mtoto wangu atakuwa huyu wa kuimba ama ana rap. You know, it's tough, but they've been accommodative. Like, yeah, they've been accommodative, especially since I decided kwanza I want to do music. Girls in the house. It's nice. Guy hazimchukuziwa. Hazimchukuziwa. But right now, our bond is really strong. Like, we're sisters, but we are friends. Like, we're good friends. My sister would love to answer this question for me, but I'm not a spendthrift. Like, I spend where I see value. Like, I make calculated spends. Sometimes, of course, I can spend, but very kidogo times. I just, like, once I get money, I'm always thinking of investing it. Like, can I buy a new instrument? Can I, yeah. Yeah, I'm being very honest, yeah. If I'm saving up for something, I can really just sacrifice engineuma. I won't even buy a sweet. I'm just like, what I have in mind is bigger than the 5-minute sweet. Yeah. I grew up in Komarok, phase 3A. I've just forgotten the house number. Then we moved to Donholm, now Mary Savannah, in like 205, and we've stayed there ever since. So that's the hood I represent. Is it Islando? Growing up in Komarok, kids used to play more, come out to play more. In Mary Savannah, that wasn't exactly the case, because that time when we moved in the estate, it was still being developed, so it wasn't exactly the case. Yeah, but it's an amazing hood. I like how peaceful it is. Yeah. Let me take you back so you can understand the story. So as a kid, I always used to listen to music, and I used to vibe with music, and I used to love music. That's a given. Yeah. So I remember as a kid, my dad used to like putting Easy FM, where the tunes were number one for blues and R&B. Easy FM. That was the cannot forget that. And I loved listening to music for a very long time. In fact, my dream as a child was to grow up and go to TPF. The entrance was, I think, 21 years. Yeah, just grew up, and when people wanted to be doctors, there was this joker wanted to grow up and go to TPF. Yeah. But so proper introduction to music. When I finished high school, I joined Redforth. That time, I was doing a volunteering program called Peace. So there I had my friend who had that car. I need a form. Going to Redforth. Made and he had the form.
What is
Pace. It was a volunteer program for teaching children. We just used to be like assistant teachers. Yeah, so I that time I was volunteering at Jogor Primary. That time I remember I chose, because that time you are required to choose 2 subjects. I chose maths and I can't remember the second subject. I chose maths and something. Yeah, because it's my favorite. I like math, by the way. Yeah, so that time I joined. So that time I still used to go rehearse with Redforth. I used to like it. Favorite time of my life. Yeah. But the point I decided I wanted to do music was when COVID struck. And COVID affected finances and health, and for that I hate it. But one thing I liked about it is it really gave time to unplug and just listen. Yani, just pause. So that's the time I fully decided that. That's the time it became clear. Because I remember when COVID broke that day. I remember, well, it was when COVID broke. Being in Redford was really amazing. It gave us beautiful platforms. That time was backing up King Kaka. So that time we were at Sarit for a Trace live event. Can't even forget. I think even Naiboy was to perform. We've done sound check. We've already done rehearsals 2 days before. Tunasikianga tu tufununu kuna COVID mahali. And you think, this is this cannot affect us. This is just a story, one passing wave. Like you see, in Kenya, people hear about tsunamis and it's not real to them, but it's real to some other side of the world. So you think, Manzi, can't. I'm using Izo. Then that time I remember, it's around for the shows, I think, to start at 6. Though even guests were supposed to come in. So we decided, as Redford, let's go get lunch. Because we were recording at Narrates Center, so that time we walked all the way to opposite Safaricom, because that time we knew there were kibandaskis around there, so we wanted food and then come back, sing, have a good time. So we go. So when we reached there, I think, did we eat? I can't remember. So that time, one of my friends in Redford, because we're getting, it's called, and they're told the event has been cancelled. I'm thinking, this must be a big joke. This must be a really big joke. Why? Because of COVID. What is COVID? What is COVID? That time no one knows how serious COVID is. So we walk back. So we're wondering, should we eat now? Because should we eat or should we just now go back and go home? So we get to Sarit. As we're thinking it's a joke, manzi. Me, in my head, I'm thinking, this cannot be true. How do they cancel a whole event? Doesn't make any sense. We get to Sarit Center. We realize, they've even started setting down. There's no event. That's when we left. Neighbor was doing his sound check. Because I remember that event we were working with King Kaka and Miriam Page. Yeah. So, me wonder, they've cancelled just because of COVID. That I just like, sasa juu ya COVID. I regret that statement because COVID came and I got COVID. And it was not funny. Can't remember how I got COVID. But I didn't even know it was COVID at the time. But I remember thinking, wow, this Homa is bad. So this Homa is bad. I remember it was on 5th January 2021 or 2021. What time we taken my sister to school. This Homa is bad. This Homa is not ending. So, okay, fine. So my mom gets a gift. I'm very, if you know me, I'm very sensitive. Like, I pick up new scents really fast. So she goes like, Manzi, I've been brought this nice bath set. Ebu, smell it. So I smell it. It's literally here. And I can't feel the scent. And she's like, are you sure you can't feel it? Because I'm very sensitive with perfume. She's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah. So that time I didn't even tell her it was COVID. No one even in the house knew. But now when she got COVID, later in the year, is when now I could see what she was going through and I was like, what? This was COVID. Yeah, but I also later got another COVID scare. Thank God it was negative. So COVID gave me so much time to think, because that time I bought a guitar. Okay, after that event was cancelled and I'm thinking, okay, that was 1 week prior. And I'm thinking, when they can, because that time there were no gatherings. I'm sorry, it's center at no gatherings. So, event cancelled. Imagine that doing a whole set. Went back home. Very disappointed that day. Imagine you're going to back up a big artist and then event is cancelled. Then that time I remember, since it was at Narrates Center, now that's the time I got my guitar. So the time they closed, was it March 16th? That's the day I got my guitar. It was on a Monday. So that's the time I started learning and it became more clear that I wanted to do music. Like I just fell deeper and deeper. Yeah. okay, one quote I saw about instruments: the more a musician learns the instrument, the more they realize they don't know it. So there's never a level of peak. Kesho utasikia something someone will play and be like, oh my god, I want to play that. First of all, when I bought my guitar, COVID, we had a lot of time. And I remember the one quote I liked the most was like, you see that time umeko kisamati, I can't do something because I don't have time. Now you have time, make it happen. Like, that was my biggest drive during COVID. I was like, I bought a guitar because it was cheaper than a keyboard. That's why. But keyboard has always been my first love. Piano. Yeah. But so playing it, the first when you're learning a guitar, like the first 3 months, they're like the hardest. You can't even quit. I think the reason why I didn't quit is I'd bought it in my own money, so I couldn't quit. Because, and then also, how do you just quit? You quit something and it's always at the back of your mind. You're just thinking, yeah. So I couldn't quit, but disciplining myself to play. I play. When I started, I used to play every day. My fingers would even get blisters. By the way, guitarists don't tell you those things, but yes, they happen. Yes, we get blisters and our fingers are sore when you're starting to learn. But with time, fingers acclimatize and it's amazing. So I play it most of the times, use it to write my songs, to rehearse. Yeah. But I started playing the piano. Actually, a piano, not a keyboard, way before. Yeah, but do I remember when my guitar sat upon my knee? The first song I learned. Hey. I remember. Okay, I can tell you the first progression I learned. It was in a C, G, A minor, F. It's the most. With my guitar. Let me demonstrate. Only learners. This is a guitar class. But it's C, then this is the first progression most probably learning guitar. And you can hear it sounds like a lot of songs. Yeah. I know this is even well, you say love makes you do crazy things. Ask my shoe, Ulizaki to ask my shoe. It even has it even goes with among my favorite musicians growing up, the brothers. Is it Longombas? I don't want to butcher their name. Yes, Christian and Lovie. This one. You make my days shine brighter than the sun and the moon. You're all that I live for. Yeah. I never ever let you go. You're my queen. I'll never ever let you go. Now as a kid, I remember I wrote so many silly songs. They asked me to sing them, but they were really silly. We cannot sing it. Do I really remember a song? Can't remember, but I know I can't remember singing a song. No, I can remember writing a song, like just catchy phrases, but the way the song was going, no. But first song I wrote, I'm trying to trace it back. I don't know when I first maybe this year or last year. The first songs, okay, I've been confident with and I've sung. Yeah, but songwriting, I didn't go for any songwriting classes, but I think I'm just honored that God blessed me with that gift. That's, I guess, all I have to say. First of all, growing up, music yes, you learn, but you learn because you hear, because you learn from someone else. You just can't say it, you learn. I've looked up to many artists. Kenyan artists when I was growing up, it was Amani, there was Sanai Peitande, who I loved. There was Juliana Kanyomozi, learned about her, I think, through TPF. That time Kidumi then. I just liked the music. There was even, Kina Jordan Sparks, can't forget. And Rihanna, I really loved Rihanna. I wasn't a love of Beyonce, surprisingly. I used to, that argument for Rihanna or Beyonce, I used to be team Rihanna. Yeah, but right now Adele, Alicia Keys. I would lie if I say I don't like Sauti Soul, how they write Benaimi. I think they're really talented, and the list is endless. I guess maybe in my music is where maybe someone can hear it. I don't know. Someone would have to tell me. Yeah. Is when now my final year in campus. I just could not take it anymore. Is like a very strong phrase. In campus, I jumbled between Redforth and campus. Best times of my life. Like it's when I think now I got introduced back to music, and a lot of platforms and opportunities working with Akina Ilani. Imagine being backstage with artists. You've seen that time Kina Ilani atoaing Kuku on set, and you're just like, these guys are so cool. And now you're backing them up. Like, I can never forget. Like, I'm very grateful to Mr. Philip Tuju. Yes, and he's also among my mentors, because like the way he kept teaching me, because that time I was in the choir, in the chorus, and I could sing with people. So I learned being intentional with music. By the time I was doing my final year in campus, which was last year, I kept saying I cannot wait to finish campus so it can get out of my way, so I can do what I want. So yeah, but now at least I was able to say it with chest, like I want to do music. Mentioned, first of all, I needed support. I have support, and I still need support. Every artist, every creative, in fact anyone in any field, feels nice to be supported. You must agree, yeah? Feels nice to be supported. Honorable mentions, my mom, my family has been very supportive. My mom and my siblings. There's been my friend Ohawa. There's been, but support even comes in different ways. Like my friend taught me the guitar. Like, that's support. That's Alan and Ted. That's support. Someone like Fila Tuji introducing you to music, sending you for platforms. That's support. Someone like my friends coming for my shows now, since I've had a bit of shows and concerts. That's support. I think I've had support in many tiny ways, and I'm grateful for it. Yeah. I mean, they don't have an option, guy. Yeah, my sisters have to be my fans, whether they like it or not. In fact, I think when I played my sister the song that is yet to be released, I told her I finally finished recording it, and it was a bit jittery. I was like, will you like it? And I told her, you'd better act excited. But of course, I take criticism, I take it, and I love it. Positive criticism. Yeah, but my fans, they support. Yeah. My experience recording my own music was insane. Going from never being asked my opinion to being asked my opinion was something really big. Like, from being in the corner and sitaulizwa opinion yangu, and now when I'm recording my own song, someone's asking me, should I do this? And I'm not even sure if I know. I'm just like, sometimes you know how you want it to sound, but you don't know how to, how you want it to sound, but you don't know how to express how you want it to sound. Like, yeah. So, it's been an amazing, but I thank God, like the producer I found, MG, was really patient with me, and he's just been really nice to me and very supportive. But it's been crazy. I think that's the biggest. And even I still couldn't believe it because, hey, manzi, yeah, it's been a journey. It's been a journey. But the first time I was in studio, I was with Phil, I told you. Yeah. So the song I'm gonna be singing, the first song I'm gonna be singing is called Home. It's an original, so I wrote it myself. Yeah. It's recorded awaiting release. Yeah, so you can get to hear it. Yeah. Hope you like it. When the lights are flaring and I'm a walking gallery, when everyone is screaming my name, and I'm walking through the doors they shut on my face, all of a sudden everyone wants to shake my hand. When the lights are blinding and all I see is blurry, I look deep in my soul to find imprints of you. Natamani, I'm silently screaming, fondly missing your presence of me. Zunguka, zunguka dunia yote bila wewe. Round and round in circles, running back to you, baby. How many years of fearing miles and miles away from you? My heart will always be whenever I'm with you. My home will always be wherever your heart is. When all my concerts is sold, my heart is sold for you. Catching flights, but I'm busy catching feelings for you. Skypes and FaceTimes bringing memories of home. All of a sudden you felt so near and dear to me. In a different city, new buildings, new faces, same feelings. Oh baby, I'm still deep in love with you. Natamani, I'm silently screaming, fondly missing your presence to me. Zunguka, zunguka dunia yote bila wewe. Round and round in circles, running back to you, baby. How many years of fearing miles and miles away from you? My heart will always be whenever I'm with you. My home will always be I don't know the take. Oh my, oh, the same song. Yeah. Like I said, do you know the take? So I start talking about it again, or I just play?
Just play.
I just play, okay. When the lights are flaring and I'm a walking gallery, when everyone is screaming my name, and I'm walking through the doors they shut on my face, all of a sudden everyone wants to shake my hand. When the lights are blinding and all I see is blurry, I look deep in my soul to find imprints of you. Natamani, oh, and me. I'm silently screaming, fondly missing your presence to me. Zunguka, zunguka, dunia yote bila wewe. Round and round in circles, running back to you, baby. Anthony kiss a fearing miles and miles away from you. My heart will always be whenever I'm with you. Ooh. My home will always be wherever your heart is. When all my concerts are sold, my heart is sold for you. Catching flights, but I'm busy catching feelings for you. Skypes and FaceTimes bringing memories of home. All of a sudden you felt so near and dear to me. In a different city, new buildings, new faces, same feelings. Oh baby, I'm still deep in love with you. Natamani, oh, and me. I'm silently screaming, fondly missing your presence to me. Zunguka, zunguka, dunia yote bila wewe. Round and round in circles, running back to you, baby. Anthony kiss a fearing miles and miles away from you. My heart will always be whenever I'm with you. My home will always be